All right. Hi, everybody. So, before I get started on my grind today... Oh, wait, on scene. Before I get started on my grind today, I wanted to do a quick and dirty rundown of some of the lessons learned from basically playing this game. I would say I'm basically playing this game professionally right now, for the past few months. Really going after it this year with the Challenger Korea climb and putting the work in, and I'll kind of give you guys a summary of where I'm at, some of the ups and downs and struggles. Let's see here. And what I think is holding me back, and, you know, some of the adjustments that I'm making. And this is for everyone, but, you know, really who would benefit probably the most, if you're interested in the differences between like Korea and NA and just, you know, why the server's so hard, or if you're interested in maybe one day being a pro player in this game or being really fucking good at it, or if you're just curious. I'm just going to kind of give a rundown of my experiences so far and some of the stuff that I have learned. So to begin, what I want to start with is right now I am sitting at Diamond 2 again at the moment, which is kind of demoralizing, but not really, because I've already demoted out of Master like 5 times, I think. I'm not sure the exact number, but I've swung around like Masters and Diamond a bit the past like few weeks. So I already know that I should have no problem getting back into Master. I do have some concerns with the Tryndamere stuff, which I'll talk about in a minute. But part of the reason that I recently dropped down is because I was trying my hand at top, which, not gonna lie, I like top, but I the only reason that I did it was because I surmised that the laners were pretty bad up there, and they are pretty bad up there. Generally, they are pretty bad up there, but it doesn't... Laners being bad up there is actually... It's a very interesting thing, because even if you're bad up there, you don't really have much say unless you're just running it down. And by that, I mean, like, being bad up there doesn't necessarily end your game. The only thing that really seems to matter is whether or not bot lane is ahead. I was raging about this yesterday, as a lot of these games are represented through top lane. These are top lane games, and a lot of these games really are just... Bot lane is kind of out of control. Like, you can see, for example, this game. Like, this game here, I'm 0-3 in this game versus a Quinn matchup, but at the same time, bot lane is like 11-2. Right? Like, the game is already kind of over through bot lane. Like, bot lane's like really the only thing that determines, like, this loss, same thing, bot lane. I ranted about this on the Angry NEACE stuff. It's like every single loss really is just whether or not your bot lane is ahead. If you get massively fed, you sometimes can like usurp bot lane's lead. So like, say you get massively ahead and your opponent's just a fucking moron, then you can sometimes get, like, you could shut down bot lane. I mean, I've done it. I've had top laners that beat me. They have done it sometimes too, where they've like gotten a good kill on bot lane at a good time. But generally speaking, whoever's bot lane's ahead, that's really what's gonna win. So this drop down is more just me playing top, and trying my hand at that and seeing if my theory was right. It turns out that like my theory is kind of right, but the thing that makes mid work is that anytime that I'm winning in mid even slightly, I can spill that over into bot lane instantly. If I'm winning top, I might be able to spill it over to mid, but that doesn't do anything. Because spilling over to mid doesn't necessarily mean that you win the game. So yeah, like, I've dropped down, but I think a lot of that is just me kind of exploring whether or not I, you know, because I just time and time again, I saw top laners this way. Every time I would get autofilled to top, I happened to snowball, and I think I should just let that be. If I get put up to top, play top, but don't go out of my way to take it, because it's just not worth contesting actively, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But anyways, that's kind of where I'm at. The peak to beat as part of this climb so far NEACE Korea peak is 258 LP master. I have not been able to crack that yet. And I think I do have some other things that I want to say. So the first thing, obviously, is like I just said, don't play top actively, like by choice. The next thing that I would say about this is don't overplay level 1s so often. I'm doing a lot of like level 1 stuff, and I think I overplay it. I fuck my agency up. The next big thing that's like really fucking me from breaking out of this like 250 LP gap, I honestly don't think it has much to do with laning, although there are lanes that I want to study. For example, like Fiora matchup was giving me a hard time, even though it's clearly beatable. I'm just bad. Some of the range matchups I feel like I need some work on. I got smoked by an Azir the other day that was in mid, and that kind of prompted me to go mess with top a bit, because I was curious about the lane differences. Because mid, like when you get pushed in by something in mid, it really sucks too. But I still think I would rather take the Azir matchup than go top and just like not be able to rotate to a fight or something. But the big thing that's holding me back, this, in my opinion, this is the biggest thing. Team fighting. It's still the biggest like pain point. This is pain. I think my biggest issue as a player at the moment playing here is that I have kind of spent my life in NA and, you know, just in general, because I didn't really play high elo that often. Like I said, the times that I just peaked challenger was like, I hit it, I was done with it, I went to coaching, or I hit it, I was done with it, and then I would just move on because it just didn't matter that much. Trying to get challenger here is a different beast entirely because A, it's fucking hard, and B, they don't let you split. They're good. You're not going to just split and win. You're not. I mean, we could sit here and say, oh, they always team fight. You weren't going to win. You're not going to just like dive a motherfucker by yourself and win the game here. It's not happening. So you have to team fight. You're playing some shit like Tryndamere, and it's hard as fuck to team fight with him. Even if you've got a slight lead, it's really hard. So that right there is, I think, my biggest pain point. So remedies to this, for those who are curious, what I do as a player and what I'm working on is mid-game thinking about CC, mid-game thinking about targets. So like, obviously when you go into a fight, you're like, target the Fed guy. Like, I'm talking really like before the fight, think about what the abilities are that are gonna hit you. Like, really plan this out. Don't just ooga booga. And by that I mean, when I play Tryndamere, when you play a bruiser in general, it's really hard because you feel like you're supposed to just full send, and that's what you want to do. But when you're team fighting versus these players, you've got to really pick the right spot. And like I said, this whole section is a pain point for me. Until I can do this more consistently, I do it sometimes, but I'm not consistent with it yet. If I can do this more consistently, I should be able to crack my peak here. The other thing, and this one is relevant, but I don't know how relevant. It hurts for sure. Like, it really hurts, but there's nothing you can do about it. And that's Tryndamere nerf. People think he got buffed, which he did get buffed, but he got nerfed overall. Like, don't listen to dumbasses. Basically, he can't dive anymore as reliably. I mean, he could dive still if you're really far ahead. But if it's like a really tight dive, you used to be able to pull off tight dives with Tryndamere and stay alive. Now, those dives will kill you because you'll get low and you won't heal enough to tank the last tower shot. So you just die. This is also, I mean, it's not even just that. It's situations where you were in a tight fight, in a team fight or something, and you get out at the last second, you just die. That is this, like, you could be like, oh, well, somebody is really, really good with Tryndamere and is super high elo. Yes, but the LP they accumulated before that nerf, it matters. Like, if I was going to get a kill and survive, and then I get a kill and I die, that means I'm not going to, and that game is close and I wind up losing, then that is like GG. So I think that nerf hurts. So I'm paying attention to that. I'm adding in a couple response picks. So like I'm not gonna like play the counter pick or anything, but like I'm not opting in to bad matchups at high level. So for example, like if I get like a LeBlanc matchup or something at a high level, I would rather just play Twisted Fate into it. Even though I'm not great at Twisted Fate right now, or even the Karma that I practiced, and literally anything. There's certain matchups where at a high level, I'm talking like right now, since I'm sitting at Diamond, right now it doesn't matter as much. But if I get back up, I can't be playing shit like Tryndamere into bad stuff like LeBlanc. You actually can't play the game if you do that. It's really bad idea. Really bad. You would be better playing something like I said, like a Twisted Fate or a Karma than playing Tryndamere. That said, I'm mostly gonna play Tryndamere anyways. But even if I get 2 kills on a LeBlanc, it's really hard to do anything with it. Now, if they pick it as a response to me, I'm still gonna play Tryndamere. I'm thinking about bringing back Fleet and a different build for that type of matchup. And oh yeah, Flash Ignite. I'm thinking about how I can make those work when I'm forced to play them. I mean, obviously you can dodge, but there's some stuff that I want to fuck with a little bit more. I have an idea of why that might work. I'm thinking it's Ravenous right into Eclipse. I think that would be really powerful. But I have to test that. I'm basically thinking Ravenous, Fleet, get rid of Triumph altogether and just go with like Overheal, and give that a try and see if that works. And then do like Resolve secondary with Second Wind and Revitalize. So you get bigger shield, more sustain, more just like overall just more sustain to basically just brute force the lane. But that will be a very niche. NEACE's niche. That will be a very situational thing. Jungle account soon when I get it leveled. That's being handled off stream. And then new account again? I don't know. I kind of don't want to. I know it would put me up again fast to where but at the same time, like I'm confident now that it's just variance in these things that need to be tightened up, because I was able to outlane some of the like high elo like 400 500 LP guys, but I think some of these other things were my pain points too often. So once like the team fighting's better, my lead will matter more versus those types of players, because those types of players are just getting more done in the mid game, I think. Yeah, so that's what I think. It's kind of my struggles, so to speak, right now. I don't think I want to do a new account again because leveling's so lame. And I think there's like splits now, so there's like a split ending in June. So it's not like if I continue to just be stuck, it's not a big deal because the split will reset. But I do think that I have some good. Oh, and I should add some life stuff too. I've been lazy IRL. Wait, oh, okay, wait. We're okay. It just OBS crashed. Are we good though? Are we back? All right, hopefully it doesn't crash again. I was saying number 9. I've been lazy, but in real life, but it's spring now. So basically, I'm gonna try to make sure I work out first thing in the morning again because it's warm out and I'm not as lazy. That'll really help. And yeah, I think those are the big things. I've had some sessions where I've played a lot, which probably caused me to play worse. But at the same time, like I definitely feel like there's times where I really want to play, for just like muscle memory's sake. And I don't think I should just abandon that altogether, because there's days where like I need to keep up with just muscle. I'm older. I need to make sure I play, because it just, hands don't work as well. I don't know how else to say that, but some days I'm just like, yeah, I can play a few and be good. But other days I'm like, I'm just not happy with mechanically what I'm doing, and I need to like brute force it out. I don't know if that's a bad idea, but that's just been kind of my read. So these are the big things. You know, I'm really optimistic. I'm getting coaching a lot too, which is a little distracting sometimes. I've got 2 sessions today, but like overall, I feel like as long as I want to, like, I'm going to stay on my champ. I'm going to stay at my comfort. And as long as I just keep doing what I'm doing, it should even out. You know what I mean? It should even out. It just takes time. Yeah, Lee, I'm getting up there. Jungle, won't you? Oh, well, when we make a new account, I have a jungle account soon, and that's just a different climb. But I want to do it too, because I think jungle is very strong now that I stopped playing it, of course. Oh my God. How's you guys this weekend, man? I guess it's Sunday night for you guys. Yeah.